Hey folks, just picked up a FedEx package, and you know what that means. It's Christmas in September. Looking forward to this one. We've got some nice books coming back in this batch, and yeah, hopefully we'll get some good results. See you in a bit. Welcome back to a very special episode of High Grade Filler. That's right, because you, the viewer, requested it. This episode contains 50% more filler. We're going to be unboxing 25 modern comic books from the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and 2020s. I should probably let you know that I'm expecting 24 9.8s out of this batch, so expectations are high, fingers are crossed. And just before we begin, shout out to Gary Kendra at Impressive Comics. He cleaned and pressed all my books. Highly recommend him, good guy, great presser. So without further ado, why don't we get started? Okay, no idea what order these books have been packed, so let's just dive right in. First book, Amazing Spider-Man 432. Not a particularly big book. I think this is the first appearance of Black Tarantula, and let's take a look. 9.8. Strong start. Let's keep it going. All right, next book on the agenda, we have Amazing Spider-Man 503. I think this is the first appearance of Loki's daughter. What do we get? 9.8, fantastic. This is great news. Yeah, first appearance of Morwen. I'm not really that big into Loki, but first appearance is a first appearance. Next book, we have Amazing Spider-Man 792. I think this is the first appearance of Menace, and this is a nice Alex Ross cover. So how do we do? 9.8. Fantastic. All right, 3 for 3. Let's keep it going. Next on the agenda is Amazing Spider-Man number 9. I think this is the second appearance of Spider-Gwen, so just a minor key. And 9.8. Solid. Okay, we have Amazing Spider-Man 555. This is a nice cover with Wolverine, and I think this is the first appearance of Dr. Rabin. I forget. Let's take a look. 9.8. Fantastic. Dr. Rabin doesn't even get a notation. That's how important a character he is. Next book. We have Amazing Spider-Man 569. I think this is the first cameo appearance of Anti-Venom. 9.8. Solid. Amazing Spider-Man 570. I think this is the full first appearance of Anti-Venom. 9.8. All right. I cannot tell you how stressful it is to send in books that you expect to be 9.8 without the pre-screen. So, all right, let's see if we can hit all 24. This is Amazing Spider-Man 31. I think this book came out only like 2 or 3 months ago. This is the first appearance of Jackpot and the first appearance of Madame Monstrosity, I believe. Let's go. 9.8. Pretty cool. Next book. This is Amazing Spider-Man 377. This is a random 90s book that has a Cardiac appearance. Cardiac was an anti-hero that they were pushing real hard in the 90s, and he just went nowhere. But yeah, let's see. This is a tough black cover. 9.8. Okay. This is the one key in the batch. This is the only book that I don't expect to get 9.8. I think this book is good for a 9.2. I think 9.4 is possible, and it would really make my day if we hit 9.4. Okay, let's do it. 9.6? Ridiculous. Gary, thank you so much. I did not think this book could hit this high. This is phenomenal. This book was responsible for like the entire batch, basically. Every single book in this batch besides this one does not matter. 9.6 white pages, baby. Thank you. All right. Can't go wrong after that. Let's see. Let me just straighten these books. Woo! Let's take a look. Next book. This is Amazing Spider-Man 406. This is the first appearance of Dr. Octopus 2, Carolyn Trainer. This book has the added complication that it came with an overpower trading card game insert. So, without further ado, 9.8. Next book. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 328. This is the last McFarlane cover from his run on Amazing Spider-Man. Epic cover where Spider-Man with cosmic power is uppercutting the Hulk. And if you read the story, it's actually an uppercut into space. Really cool. And 9.8. Great day. Okay, next book. Next book is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, 18. I don't even know what happens in this book. I was not collecting and reading Spider-Man religiously during the Volume 2 era. I sent this book in because I thought the cover was half decent, and I thought it was a 9.8 candidate, and that's all. So let's take a look. 9.8. Next book of the batch is Amazing Spider-Man 14. That's from the Volume 6 run, and I think this is the first appearance of All Hallows Eve, which is a cool new character that could have some legs. And this book is coming back. 9.8. Fantastic. Denoted as Janine Godby becomes Hallows Eve. All right. Next book is Amazing Spider-Man 26. This is also from this year, the Volume 6 era. And this book is the, brackets death of Miss Marvel. I think she, gets resurrected in, record time. But yeah, let's take a look. 9.8. Sweet. Okay. Next, we have Amazing Spider-Man 641. This storyline revisits the infamous original storyline where Peter Parker makes a deal with the devil and trades his marriage for Aunt May coming back to life. On top of that, this has a really, really cool negative space cover, and it's always cool when you get a universal blue label with a blue negative space cover. I actually think that this book has a decent shot at 9.6 unfortunately, but the cover's so cool, I just had to send it in. And we get 9.6. First disappointment of the day. Yeah, you know, honestly, I knew I was taking a chance sending this one in. There was some slight whitening around the outside edges, but still, really, really cool cover. All right. Next in the list is Amazing Spider-Man 795. This is where Norman Osborn bonds with the Carnage symbiote. This book had a lot of hype when it first came out, and then like 2 minutes later, no one cared about this book. Let's take a look. 9.8. Fabulous. Fabulous. All right. Okay, what do we got going on here? We got Amazing Spider-Man 88. I think this is from the Volume 5 run, and this is the first appearance of Queen Goblin. Not sure if this villain will ever be really popular, but yeah, thought I'd send it in to be slabbed. 9.8. Sweet. Sweet. Let's take a look here. This feels like a fat book. This is Amazing Spider-Man 800. This book isn't super huge. I think it's the first full appearance of Goblin Child, Norman Osborn's grandson, you know, bonding with like the Carnage symbiote. Alex Ross did an epic cover. I think that's enough for me. I'm a little worried about this book because fat books are usually susceptible to like, you know, more bindery tears than normal. So there is a chance that this book could come back 9.6. Let's take a look. 9.8. We're doing it, people. Okay. Next on the list is Amazing Spider... Oh, that's a Force of Habit. This is just plain old Spider-Man number 7. This is the first appearance of Spider-Boy. This is not the spoiler variant. This is just the regular old cover A variant. I think it's a 9.8 candidate. Bing. Still, at the time of this video, there's a lot of buzz around Spider-Boy. Who cares? Next book is Amazing Spider-Man 93. This is from I think this is the last issue of the Volume 5 run. And this is the first appearance of Chasm, the latest incarnation of Ben Reilly. And 9.8. No surprise there. All right. Let's take a look at the next book. The next book is Amazing Spider-Man 657. There's something about this cover. It just evokes so many feelings in me. It is such a fabulous cover. It reminds me of the Steve Ditko era, and everything about it is just perfect for me. I really hope this one comes back in 9.8 because it's such a gorgeous cover. 9.8. Great, great cover. This is Marcos Martin. He is one of my favorite Spider-Man artists. Just everything about it is perfect. All right, we're getting down to the last few books and we're doing very well, so let's keep it going. This is Amazing Spider-Man 671. It's a Humberto Ramos cover. You know, I don't really have to comment. The cover is what people want about this book. It's from the Spider Island storyline. Let's see what we got. 9.8. Nice. All right. This is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 3, I believe, issue number 5. This is the first cover appearance of Silk and the second appearance of Silk. Let's go. 9.8. All right, and this is our last book. And it's kind of fitting that this is our last book because I think out of all the books that I sent in, if one comes back as 9.9, it's this book. I just want to make sure that I've, communicated myself correctly. I don't expect a 9.9, but if I did get a 9.9 back, it would be this particular book. This is Amazing Spider-Man 650. It's the first appearance of like a new costume or something. So let's go. 9.8. Yeah, I had some hopes on this guy, but again, you can't really complain about 9.8. That is absolutely phenomenal. I'm so happy with this batch. That 9.6 on the 300, exactly what I was looking for. This has been a great unboxing. I hope you enjoyed it. Please comment, like, just let me know, and have a fantastic day.